bunch of proud patriots visited Southport last night to show their respects and to leave a touching, warm and heartfelt tribute to that community that has suffered such horrific, unthinkable, unspeakable violence in the last few days. To a community that's grieving the loss of innocent little girls. This was what they left in their wake. This is Southport this morning at dawn. And I think we can all agree that local residents who have been impacted by this horrendous tragedy will be really grateful to see how much respect and care those far-right anti-migrant thugs and bullies showed for their town. Obviously they are the scum of the earth, and I didn't know how exactly to respond. And then I remembered something that has stayed with me from November, when there were race riots similar to this and I call them race riots, I shouldn't, it's just white angry thugs producing riots in Dublin. And I remember very well what Leo Varadkar, who was the leader in Ireland, said at the time. So let's take a look at that. I think it sums it up.
Yesterday evening, some people decided that the best way to respond to this terrible attack was to take to the streets of Dublin and try to terrify, intimidate, loot and destroy. Their first reaction to a 5-year-old child being stabbed was to burn our city, attack its businesses and assault our Gardaí. Those involved brought shame on Dublin, brought shame on Ireland and brought shame on their families and themselves. These criminals did not do what they did because they love Ireland. They did not do what they did because they wanted to protect Irish people. They did not do it out of any sense of patriotism, however warped. They did so because they're filled with hate. They love violence, they love chaos, and they love causing pain to others. As a country, we need to reclaim Ireland. We need to take it away from the cowards who hide behind masks and try to terrify us with their violence. We need to reclaim Ireland from the unscrupulous who prey on the fears of those easily led into darkness. To all those cowardly champions of Ireland who took to the streets of Dublin last night, let me say one thing. Ask your sisters, ask your friends, ask everyone you know what they fear most on our streets. They're afraid of you, afraid of your anger and your rage, afraid of your violence, your hate, and how you blame others for your problems.
Couldn't have put it better myself, and I think every word of that can be transposed directly onto the situation last night. These people who went and caused such devastation in Southport did not behave out of British pride. There's no pride in that. They are not patriots. They don't love this country. They love violence. They love spreading hatred, and they love to see people suffer. Now, I don't want to leave it on such a horrible note, and I do want to emphasize that while they are very loud and very frightening, the far right and the thugs and the violent animals are not what represents this country. This woman represents her community in Southport. She is very, very brave. I would like to think that if something like that was happening in my community, I would respond with the same amount of bravery. Well, I'm not sure that I would, but I hope I would. And I hope all of us realize that now is the time to speak up.